Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Tobey's Talk Show. This is episode number 73, and today I will be reviewing the Celtics and the Nuggets game that happened tonight. So, I want to get more videos out for you guys as I do have more time now that I got into college, and I want to try to start posting daily if possible. And I was thinking of ideas to do because obviously I don't want to be too repetitive with quizzes, and there's not going to be trades every single day and news to break. So, I thought, why not maybe talk about games that I watch because I am a big NBA fan, as you guys probably know, and I do watch a lot of games. I'm a big Knick fan, so I do watch mostly every Knick game. However, I decided that I want to try to watch other games throughout the nights as well, especially with, now that I have more time. So I did get League Pass. I never had it because I usually just watch the Knicks game and then I watch the game on TV afterwards. But I think it's a good idea because, for example, the Knicks don't play tonight, and it's a perfect opportunity to talk about a game like the Celtics and Nuggets. So yeah, I'll be doing this more often, and I think I'll also do the Knicks games because I do watch every Knicks game, so I could get that out for you guys. I do want to post more because I'm committed to trying to make this, a cool channel where a lot of people can see us and we can have a big basketball community. So yeah, now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about the Celtics and Nuggets game. It was a very, very interesting game. The Nuggets won. The game really hasn't ended yet, but the Nuggets won. That's not true. The Celtics won. The game's not over. There's a minute left, but the Celtics are up by 12, so it's pretty much wraps. And I just want to give my thoughts on the game. So on the Nuggets side of things, Jokic was an absolute stud. By the time I ended, he had, I think, 42 points, and he shot 14 for 18, 15 for 18, something like that in that range. Just unbelievable shooting. He was unbelievable. Jamal Murray had a great game, and what was really good to see is that Campazzo keeps playing very well. Campazzo's that kind of player like a Pablo Prigioni, if you remember back in 2011, where it's a guy that plays in Europe for a bit. He's a point guard. It's like point guard that plays in Europe for a bit, and then when he's 27, 28, he comes to the league for his first year. And because he's played basketball for so long, his vision's phenomenal, and he's short, but he's quick. And he could score. So he was a very fun player to watch tonight. For the Celtics side of things, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown obviously did their thing. Kemba Walker looked a lot better tonight. Robert Williams had a great game. He was on the boards playing great defense. Obviously with Jokic it's hard, but when he was guarding other players and sometimes when he guarded Jokic, he did make some nice stops. And he was just all over the glass and was putting the ball back in and dunking it and making some really big plays for the Celtics. And the last person I want to recognize who had his probably best game of his career, even though it has been a very short career so far, that is Aaron Naismith. Aaron Naismith, when coming out of college from Vanderbilt, he was a 3-and-D guy. And today he showed that that's the type of player he was. He was nailing some big threes, and he was all over the defense. The stats may not show up, but he was diving for balls, making nice plays, tipping the ball after the Nuggets trying to complete a pass, some cross-court passes. His hands were all over it, and he looked like Tyrese Halliburton tonight, at least on the defensive side, where he was just everywhere. He has a large wingspan. He's long, he's lanky, and Kevin Durant where he reaches his arm up and there's a good chance he could grab that ball. Talking about just the teams overall. One more thing. The Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, it was probably his worst game of his career. He was at least 0 for 8 when I last saw him play. I don't think he'll play last minute. If he does, you guys can go check the box score. But Michael Porter Jr. was absolutely horrendous. He really just couldn't buy a shot. He had pretty good looks at the basket, snipe shots too. They just weren't falling, and it hurt them because both these teams right now are injuries. Both these teams have a lot of injuries right now. The Nuggets, they're missing Will Barton, Paul Millsap, and the Celtics, they're missing Marcus Smart, who's been out for a bit with, I think it's on his leg somewhere, maybe his calf. And they are also missing Daniel Theis, and that's why Robert Williams was so important, that he really came in. And the Celtics, especially with Theis out, their center play's not that good, especially on the rebounding, and Robert Williams was very, very key for them for this win. The game is, let's see, no, this game has not ended yet. Still a minute left. We could look at some of the stats. Tristan Thompson was on the board tonight. He did pretty well. Obviously, he's not a scoring god, but you know what Tristan Thompson's known for, and that's being all over the glass, and he did that for them. It's kind of tough because his offensive game just hasn't really grown, but he still is a good rebounder, kind of Drummond-like, where just a beast on the boards, and he'll do that for them. That's kind of what the Celtics need, right? Because the Celtics don't really need scoring from their bigs. Obviously, spacing would be nice, and Theis kind of gives you that, but they have Brown, Kemba, and Tatum to do all the work offensively, and so they miss the shot. You want someone to get there. Also, another shout out to Peyton Pritchard, who looked great. This guy, didn't have the best statistical game. He had 8 and 7, but he was making some very key plays all the time. Very, very fun to watch. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the Nuggets really, besides Jokic has 43 at this point, 52 seconds left. Really, besides Campazzo, who had 14-8 with a great game, and Jamal Murray, the rest of the team did really, really poor. They're also missing Gary Harris as well. So yeah, I mean, Jokic could do whatever he can. Jokic is a monster, right? Like Jokic on the offense, like whatever shot he wants, he'll get and he'll score. The Celtics announcers today, throughout the game repeatedly were comparing him to Larry Bird, and he is a Larry Bird type player in offense where like any shot like is a good shot for him, and there's a very good chance he'll make. He just has the shot. Great looking shot. It most of the time goes in, and he's big, right? Because he's 7 foot, so he can really just shoot over everyone. Just so much control. He runs that offense perfectly, finds the open man so much. I mean, we all know what Jokic can do, and it's just phenomenal to watch. Besides that, I mean, I like Brad Stevens' rotations tonight. He kind of kept it moving. There were times where there were players for both teams. There were lineups where there were too many players that weren't usually getting playing time that were in, and I think Brad Stevens was quicker than that compared to Malone. I just think Brad Stevens made the right calls where he kind of tried to mix it up a lot by putting Tatum and Brown in with them, and also just putting other key players in, not letting a 5-player rotation be full of players that don't usually get minutes, because that's what kind of hurt the Nuggets for a little bit, and that's Mike Malone's fault. And I think I don't think Zeke Nnaji, Campazzo. Oh, RJ Hampton's a great rebounder. Just so you guys know, he didn't score phenomenally tonight, but for his height, 6'5", he is grabbing those boards. Just like you can't really have a young lineup without Jokic. The issue is with the Nuggets is that they just kind of look lost without Jokic and Murray on the floor, and it's kind of hard. If I'm alone, I'm trying to have one of those guys on the court at all times, and there were times in this game where Stevens took advantage of them two not being in, changing the lineup on the court very quickly. Malone didn't really make those rotations fast enough. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed another shorter video. I do want to make these shorter because I know a lot of people's attention spans. They don't want to watch a 20-minute video of me talking. Not that interesting. I get it. Trust me, I watch YouTube and shows as well. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Quick video. Let me know if you like this series. Maybe I'll make up a name for it. We'll figure it out. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Most likely another basketball recap. And yeah, see you guys next video. Bye, guys.